we're facing massive obstacles. And I'm not talking this time about tax and business rates. I'm talking about the twin evils that are dry January and veganuary. There's not much margin in some low-alc drinks. There's certainly not any margin in selling a turnip. But however, in the face of these obstacles, I've got a couple of exciting innovations which might just get us through the month. For most, the new year is a time of self-reflection, of improvement, of hope. For a restaurateur, the new year is literally the precipice of anxiety. Traditionally, January's always been difficult because people just don't go out so much. But then there are these twin evils, the twin evil sisters, dry January and veganuary.
We're in the lucky position that we've only just opened, so there's still the curiosity factor. You know, we can adapt to it. We can put some vegan food on. We can encourage people to come out.
A great advert for a restaurant is a full restaurant. No one wants an empty restaurant.
So one of the big things we've got in our industry is, you know, how do I feel about cancellations? How do we prepare? How do we, embark upon January?
Martin's cancelled. We've lost it 2. One of our 7s is down as well. We're down to a 5.
We had actually more cancellations than we ended up doing covers last night. That's a massive issue for our industry, across the board.
Quite how a chef works out supplies, I've no idea. That to me would be some sort of miracle. How do you know how to order?
There isn't an easy answer. How do I prepare? Like, what do I do? Do I get ready for 40? Do I get ready for 20? The biggest challenge for any kitchen, any restaurant in January is waste. People have got to accept that you can't have everything.
A new year is a time of hope. But my God, are we hoping? But my God, are we worried? So, we've been trading now for about 6 weeks, and the wine list has been quite basic, deliberately because when I started, I wanted to keep things simple. But we are an Italian restaurant. We are an Italian menu, but we don't have an Italian wine list, and some people have commented on that. So, this afternoon, my mission is to combat that. Give the people what they want, and that is an Italian wine list. Right, let's try some wine. So I've got an interesting range of wines here that I'm tasting, from which I'll probably select about 4 or 5. What we've got here are actually some fantastic wines. So for example, one of my favourite wine producing areas of the world is the Sud Tyrol. It's northeast Italy. This is a Pinot Bianco. It's a really magnificently dry white wine. It literally smells of the mountains. Literally, that will blow people's socks off. A Chardonnay. Now, I'm a big lover of Chardonnay. I love great Chardonnay. Montefostino. And there is the Maestro version of this. Guess how much that's going to be? On the wine list, don't tell anybody, £165 a bottle. There are customers out there. There's someone out there who wants that. Welcome to the White Hart, where you can buy the most expensive bottle of wine in West Somerset. Now, the key thing about tasting wine, to me, it's not about looking for what they call the lees, the alcohol. It's really about the nose. Getting your schnozzle in deep, really smelling it, because so much of wine enjoyment is on the nose. Wine is such an interesting, complex thing. It's a thing that you can never tire. The world's greatest wine experts never know enough. I know absolutely nothing, basically, apart from a little bit, and that little bit of knowledge excites me, and that's what I want to share at the White Hart. Most professional wine tasters spit. I'm afraid I'm a bit of a swallower. I don't think you can really get the full effect unless you actually drink the stuff. It can be a bit dangerous when you're tasting God knows how many bottles. That is simply magnificent.
Come on, Dad, it's time to go to work.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh. I have no idea who, if anyone, will turn up. So, it's a quiet Monday in January. We've got people in here.
It's just a balancing game in January, really. It's like, you know, you don't want to be sitting on too much stock, but you want to make sure you've got everything for everyone that's going to come in. You want to be able to say yes to everyone. You don't ever want to be saying no in January.
So one of the things I decided when I opened this place was that we wouldn't shut for months in order to refurbish it, that this place would evolve. Every week I can do little tweaks, little improvements, such as this. My new innovation, lamps, chargeable lamps on all the tables. The look and feel of this place with the lights turned down low, I think is looking pretty special. So that excites me.
Maybe the ironing.
Yes, I don't know whose this is. Whose is this? Is this yours, George?
Yeah.
Don't wear a ladies' journal.
You don't wear. Have you stopped wearing ladies' clothes? Really?
Just the
Is that your?
underwear.
That's your New Year's resolution. Yeah.
Still wears the underwear, just not the outfit.
You look very beautiful. You've had a shave. You look like you've lost about 6
And a
stone.
haircut. Shave and a haircut.
There's much less fat than he does normally. So look at this. Look at that. Drops of booze on my beautiful new sofa, which I tried to clean off with just water and made it far worse. Now a nice white splodge. What do you do about it? You care and then you have to not care. I mean, I treat it like it's mine, but unfortunately people just sit on it and slosh drinks around. Don't. Anyway, there is a solution. Watch this. What have you got here, Dom?
Just make diamonds. The bar. For George on the bar.
George on the
Yeah,
bar.
for George on the bar. I
Diamonds.
thought it'd be a bit, nicer than a KP. As much as I like a KP. Well, you don't like our KPs right now, do you?
Your kitchen porters.
Yes.
Let me show you why I'm worried about his kitchen porter. Come with me. A beautiful new matting here. Someone has dragged oil across my lovely mat. Of course, we tried to deal with it and just made it worse. And then this is what happens when you get a storm, leaky roof, and a stained floor. So here are 2 things I've learned this week about being a restaurateur that I didn't really realise when I was a restaurant critic. Firstly, the pure exhaustion of it, the mental exhaustion. Your brain never switches off. When you've had a busy service, you can't go to bed and hope to sleep immediately. Your brain whirs. If you've been working the bar, you lie in bed and you're still mixing drinks, you're still slicing limes and lemons, you're still pouring pints of Guinness. Mental exhaustion and physical exhaustion. It is really hard work standing up for hours on end. We don't normally do it in the day. I'm a writer, I sit down all day. Standing up, standing to attention, trying to stand with a straight back, standing being polite to people, mentally and physically difficult. I wake up in the morning, I get out of bed, I feel I've been beaten up. Mental and physical exhaustion. 2 things I've learned this week about being a restaurateur. Now, it's not all about us on the other side of the green baize door in hospitality. It's about you, the diner. Now, I've been castigating the likes of January lovers and people who only eat vegetables in January, but what about you? Are you giving up something for the new year? Have you got some New Year resolutions? Have you got a New Year's resolution which involves going to eat out? Whatever you're planning for this year, if it relates to hospitality, let us know and I'll read out some of the best answers on the next episode. Numbers for the first week of January. Well, actually not too bad. Our first Monday was looking good. We had 20 cancellations at the last moment. Why was that? I don't know. Numbers still picked up to 23. Then we lost 4 as we opened. We had 22 on Tuesday. Wednesday basically fell off a cliff. We had 2, actually became a 6. Thursday, 25, and the rest of the weekend ahead, we're into the 40s and almost the late 40s for Saturday, and a very, very strong lunch. It's looking good. The business is looking good, but there's a storm. And when storms come, people cancel. One of the advantages I think that I have is I can really press some of the big publicity buttons. I've got a big Instagram following, I've got a column about this restaurant at the Telegraph, we have a YouTube channel. But there are downsides which are slightly uncomfortable. And looking on the local Facebook page, the haters are back.